We are back with Today Food Loves Football. The Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs. It's a battle in the AFC West. They're going to battle it out on Sunday night right here on NBC. And if you're looking for the ultimate game day feast, Savannah, we have got what you need.
Oh, do we have? And this is right up your alley. Matt Moore, author of the Serial Griller Cookbook. I love that title. He's with us now from Nashville. Got some great recipes. Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
So I love your whole philosophy, like anything can be made on the grill.
That's totally true. And actually, we're going to be cooking up some of my favorite classics this morning, representing both the Broncos and the Chiefs. We're going to start out with a classic chili on the grill. Now, in Colorado, chili is almost akin to like a Louisiana gumbo. There are thousands of different versions. We're going to keep it really simple today. We're going to do a standard kind of red beef chili. So what I've done here is I've got a Dutch oven on my grill. This is one of the tips we talk about all the time with Serial Griller. I've actually got a charcoal grill today. You can do this on a gas grill. You can do it on your stovetop. But I've got a direct heat zone over here with a little bit more charcoal, a little less charcoal here. This allows me to control my fire. So in the Dutch oven right now, I've got a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. And this is a little bit of a hack for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and push all this veg to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and then add in my ground beef. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to make direct contact with the heat. We talk in the book about the Maillard reaction, which is brown food is good food. So the more that we brown this and we develop that great flavor, we can just break this up. We get a nice sear on it. It's really going to deepen the flavor that we have in this chili. After that, we've got kind of a round of spices for you guys. It's kind of like a painter's palette, if you will. So we've got all the classics here. We've got some chili powder, some salt, some cumin, and then we've got a little bit of a change up here. We've got allspice. I've got some coriander, and I've also got a little bit of cocoa powder and then some cayenne for a little bit of heat. All of that's going to go in. And then just to finish this dish off, quite simple, I'm just going to thin it out with a little bit of water. We'll add in that tomato sauce, which is going to give it that beautiful flavor, and then a little bit of red wine vinegar that's going to help kind of finish that off. We will stir this all up together, and then we will cover this and move it to our other side of the grill once it comes nice and brown. You can see a beautiful shot there today. We are actually just finishing this up. Super simple. A little bit of sour cream, a little cheddar cheese, and some jalapeno for some added spice.
How long do you leave it on there?
So that's the cool thing. The longer it sits, the better it gets. So the idea is that you move it from the direct heat side. We cover it. It's nice and brown. And then when people want you to serve them up, they can just come over here to the grill, open it up, make a serving, spice it off however you want. It's ready to rock and roll. The only thing you got to worry about is it's going to go pretty fast once it's ready to go. So, to also pay homage to the Chiefs, we're going to work up a little bit of what I call a two-step kind of brat slider. Now, Kansas City is known as the most barbecue knows that any venerable barbecue spot is always going to have some form of sausage. So, Carson, I don't know about you, man. When you go tailgate, I like the idea that you can actually drink your beer and eat it too. So I've got a mixture of some beer and some onions and thyme. And what I've done is I've just kind of poached these bratwursts in that mixture. Now, kind of the second step, this is step one right here. I'm going to go ahead and take these. And again, that idea of brown food is good food is what we're looking for. So we get that beautiful color on the outside. It's going to add so much more flavor. You can see that these are ready to go. This is kind of that spot where people are walking by your tailgate. They want to get a quick bite. So we're just going to finish this off. I've taken some time. I've got a nice toasted bun here. We'll give it a little bit of Creole mustard. And then we're going to add to that this beautiful brat. And then that onion mixture that I had with the beer, I've just cooked it down. And I've got these onions that we've griddled right over the top. This is a home run bite. It keeps your hand warm, fills your soul at the same time. So a classic dish that you can also represent the Chiefs for the weekend as well.
Quickly, Matt, how long did that brat braise or whatever in that mixture?
Yeah, so typically you're going to have it for about 10 to 12 minutes for it to cook through. And then you can see this is on the indirect side of the grill. So it can just kind of sit there, and then when people are ready to eat, you can serve it up. It takes a couple minutes just to brown it on each side, and you are ready to rock and roll. Now, we do have one more finale for you guys. Believe it or not, again, the idea of Serial Griller is that we can make everything better on our grill. So I've got these nachos that I've put right here in a beautiful cast iron skillet. So we've got some pulled pork, some black beans, some avocado, some pickled red onion.
Home run.
You know, guys, my favorite part of this whole social distancing thing is that these are all for me right here. I'm not sharing these nachos. You know, if you want your own, you're going to have to put it on your own plate.
Matt, those all three of those look delicious.
Really
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Pick up your book for sure. You can find that recipe at today.com/food. And you can catch, of course, the big game. Broncos, Chiefs, head-to-head, Sunday night. Coverage starts starts at 7 Eastern, of course, here on NBC.
All right, it's Friday, so you know that means it's time for Today Food Loves Football.
This Sunday night, the Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals are going head-to-head, or what is it, beak-to-beak?
Yes.
In a matchup at State Farm Stadium.
Talon to talon. Of course, you can't watch the game without some game day treats, right? And who better to show us how that's done than the one and only. There he is, Bobby Flay. Bobby, good to see you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we get to business, what's this big announcement?
So I have a really, really great story to tell about the restaurant business in terms of, what to look forward to. My partner's out at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, where we have Mesa Grill. We've decided to go forward with a new restaurant. Okay. It's called Amalfi, and it's obviously evokes the Amalfi Coast in Italy, which is really one of my passions. And I'm just so excited. I think you guys have some of the renderings. We've been for the last 6 months during the quarantine, I've been working with one of the most sought after young designers in the country, Olivia Jane. Olivia and I have been we've been designing this restaurant every day during the quarantine, and she's done it. She's crushed it. We have an amazing space. It's going to open probably around late spring. It's going to be in the space where Mesa Grill has been for 16 years. And so you have until about November 14th to get your very last shrimp tamale at Mesa Grill. But don't fret. If you're a Mesa Grill fan, we will absolutely have another Mesa Grill in Vegas 2.0. Just can't announce that quite yet.
Okay. All right.
But this is exciting, Bobby, especially because the restaurant industry, we know, has been so hard hit. And you're like, to double down and really get in there. I know people will be really heartened by that. And hopefully that'll catch on as we all recover and our economy recovers. Sure. Well, yeah.
It's been well documented how challenging the restaurant business has been across the country, of course. But we're starting to see some good stories. We just opened Bobby's Burger Palace in the Atlanta airport just yesterday, actually. And so, to me, that shows signs that people are traveling again. The numbers are up, and they have to eat when they're in the airport. So we're happy to be there. So we've had a couple of good stories, and of course, opening Amalfi is really just going to be an amazing story. Amazing fish. Wrapped with a lot of pasta. It's a place that I am so incredibly passionate about. So to bring something to life like that with my partners at Caesar's Palace is just an amazing story.
Well, now we only have 2 minutes for your wings and shrimp.
Let's hear about these wings, Bobby.
Okay, so we have wings and shrimp. So so let's get to the wings first. So what I do is I make a very quick spice rub. We take a little bit of paprika, not very spicy, but just some spices, some cumin and some coriander. And that's just the spice rub. And I like to throw my wings into a spice rub like that so they get a little crust when we're cooking them. Mm-hmm. So we put them into some canola oil. And if you want to make it even healthier, you can actually bake them as well. Just spice rub them and put them in the oven at about 400 degrees so they get nice and crispy in the oven. Now, to glaze them, we got to put some flavor on these things. We have a mixture of some chipotle hot sauce, some honey, and we just take the wings out of the oil, and you can see how crispy they get. You get that nice crust on the outside. And then we glaze them with our chipotle and honey sauce. And there's a little bit of butter in here as well. Mm-hmm. You got to have butter in wings, right? Hot wings. And you just kind of give them a quick toss. Make sure they get nice and glazed. And then pour them right into the bowl.
That's good.
And then maybe like a squeeze of lime.
All right. We only have a minute. Will you show us the shrimp now?
Yes, of course. Because we're opening Amalfi, there's going to be a lot of fish there. On the restaurant, on the Amalfi menu, these will be known as Frito Misto, better known as fried shrimp. And so the fried shrimp it's semolina flour, a little bit of all-purpose flour, and I serve it with an aioli of some fresh lemon juice and parsley and some crushed garlic in there as well. And so these are really good game day things because everybody wants chicken wings. You just want to have a little bit of twist on them. And then for those people that like things that are crispy and shrimp, this is a perfect recipe. They're on your website, so if you want to get going, go to the store today and be ready for the big game.
Sounds
Bobby
good.
Flay, congrats, Bobby. Bobby, we're in on the wings and the shrimp. As Bobby Flay just mentioned, today.com/food for those recipes and the big game on Sunday night. Seahawks, Cardinals. One more time, Al. Sunday night, only on NBC. Coverage starts 7 o'clock Eastern.
Congrats, Bobby.
We are back with Today Loves Food Football. Le Cordon Bleu trained chef and entrepreneur Rose Traore is here. He's tackling some tasty dishes for Sunday night's big game here on NBC. All of that background, that beautiful background, is going to help contribute to this game day food.
It will.
What are you going to be cooking for us today?
All right, so we're going to be making my shredded braised beef brisket.
Shredded braised
They're going to be
beef
sitting
brisket.
in some sliders. We have some, Mornay sauce as well. I'm going to season this with some salt.
What kind of beef is that?
This is the brisket.
Okay.
Season it with some salt, some black pepper on both sides.
Okay. And fatty like that is yummy, right?
You like that fat. That's all flavor.
Yeah, you got to
right
have
there,
that. Okay.
I got a little bit of cardamom, more flavor. Now we're just going to sear that off.
Oh. That's a Dutch oven, or can you put it in any pan?
It's a Dutch oven. You can put it in any pan, but Dutch oven does the job.
Do you need
and we're going to let this sear on both sides, golden. Then we're going to take it out.
Okay.
Add your veggies. Add some tomatoes in here.
So you got onions. What else? Garlic.
Tomatoes, garlic, bay leaf.
Just one quick shot of that table.
Everything.
Look
Look at them
down.
over there.
You haven't even started.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So you got all these veggies.
So all these veggies, we're going to create a fond on the bottom. So
Okay.
I'm going to add some tomato paste. Fond
what's a
fond
fond?
is pretty much all of those brown pieces that on the bottom of your pan. All
it smells
flavors,
so good.
you want to build that up.
Rose, your name is awesome. Okay.
Then
What are we adding?
we're going to put the brisket back in. Deglaze with some red wine.
So this is not cooked through. You just brown the top and the bottom.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So am I pouring this in?
Add some
What
stock.
is this?
Beef stock.
Beef stock.
Now, this is great because when you have a large party, you just put it in here, pop it in the oven put the top on, pop it in the oven for about 4 hours, and then
All right.
the job's
Let's
done.
build it.
Now we're going to build it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put the beef on. You could add some cheese. This is the Velveeta cheese.
Velveeta. See,
No.
That's why everybody likes it.
This is a Mornay sauce, and a Mornay sauce is pretty much, cheese sauce. And I added Gouda to it to add some smokiness to it.
All right. So is that enough? You have more?
Yes, that's enough.
And you a dollop or a little bit?
A dollop. Go for it.
A dollop.
Go for it.
Help
There you
me,
go.
yeah.
Boom.
All right, and then
Add
was that a
little bit
hot
of that.
peppers?
So these are pickled jalapenos.
Pickled jalapenos, not hot.
You got a little kick
A little
in it.
kick. Y'all, talk to me. Talk to me about the
tasty,
the
super
brisket.
tasty.
What? Tell us what.
And the Velveeta Gouda thing is brilliant.
It's just
like
the Mornay
so
sauce.
smooth.
I was messing around.
I love it.
You're not messing around.
So check it. It's just.
Oh my God! A nice touch too.
Yeah. Y'all, this is yummy. All right, let's make some smashed potatoes. We've got about a minute.
So, on this side, we have the potatoes. We're just going to smash it. You can smash
So
it.
you boiled these?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
That's
Not
fine.
like-
Just like that.
However, okay, then what?
It's going to stay intact. We're going to bring it here. Add some
Come on.
butter. Baste it.
Look at that. Nothing better than Al, this is so you.
Giving it a
Just like
potato
that.
bath. I love that.
I'm a meat and potato guy, you know?
Okay.
Sunday roast.
All right. And
And in here,
how you dressing it up?
I have
I'm going to
some-
sneak around you.
here I have some Greek yogurt that I added some aromatic, some herbs to it. We're just going to add some
All right.
lemon juice, lemon zest,
Look,
potatoes on top,
let's go.
Boom.
A little cheese, a little
Boom.
chives.
little bit
Beautiful.
of
Hey, who do you have
Parmigiano.
in the game? Bears and Packers.
I'm going for the Packers.
Packers.
All right.
Packers.
Lap
I'm going for the Packers.
All right. Thank you so much, Rose. That was awesome.
there you go.
Delicious. More on these recipes, head to today.com/food. Don't forget to tune in Sunday. We're going to watch the Packers take on the Bears right here on NBC coverage at 7 p.m.
Thank
We're
you.
back in a moment, but first, this is Today on NBC.
Thank you, love.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.